This episode of The Final Forecast is brought to you in part by the Book Exchange, where Mountaineers go since 1934.
Recorded live in quarantine and social isolation in Morgantown and across the world with your hosts, Kevin Jones, Da'Sean Butler, John Flowers, and our lovely co-host, Ashley. This is The Final Forecast, the official podcast of Best Virginia.
What's up, yo? Yo, this is another episode of Final Forecast with me, one of your hosts, Jay Flo. I got my guy, Kevin Jones, with me.
Yo.
Da'Sean is having technical difficulties right now. Ash has taken the year off. And we have a special guest today, coach of the TBT team, West Virginia, my high school assistant coach, Coach Dave Tallman.
Dave, you there?
Well, I don't think.
Yes, I'm here. What's up, guys?
What's going on, man? Coach Tallman, how you feeling about this year's TBT team?
Well, I like it. I like that we got more guards this year. Practice was good today. Didn't have to do much coaching today. We got a lot of guys with a lot of high basketball IQ, I feel like. So I like what I saw.
Yeah, I mean, it was cool, too. How do you feel about what pieces do you think we're missing? How do you feel about Devin Williams jumping ship?
You got to do what you got to do, but I think we're going to give people mismatch problems with KJ and Nate inside. With the announcement that we're playing the Marshall team, I don't think they have any big guys that we got to handle too much inside. So I think it's a good matchup for us in the first round. And then, once we win that, we don't play again till the 9th. So we'll have 3 or 4 days to prepare for the money team. So we'll have a good game plan ready for them.
Coach Tallman, what do you think the strengths of this team is? Do you think it's more of a half-court team? Do you think it's more of a transition? Because I feel like we have a good mix of both athletes and guys who can play in the half-court too. So what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think we got a lot of versatility. I mean, we could go guard heavy and really get after people and pressure and get up and down. And then, we got the veterans, kind of like what we did last year. We can throw some 1-3-1 and different action at people. So, I mean, I like what I see, but I think, what we learned last year, I think you guys would agree is, we were kind of short on the guard end of things. So it was nice to have some more there today. And, Tariq being there definitely brings a lot of intensity and energy, and I like what I see.
Yeah, I think we got a really good chance. I think now, I mean, it didn't really affect me at first, but looking at it now, Dev really hurt us. I mean, with his I think we're going to miss his inside presence, but Logan Rout did a great job of practice today, just playing his role and getting the rebounds and doing all the little things. So I think we'll be fine.
Are you gonna tell Floyd Mayweather you're not gonna play for him?
Would I?
Yeah, if he comes calling.
Yeah, if he's not offering me no money.
If he got that bag,
he's part of the money team.
I bet you
he's part of the money team.
I bet you he got offered some money.
Oh, Dev got the bag for sure.
He would have told us, bro. He ain't even say that.
You think? Do you think he would have told us?
It makes more sense. Like you just leave. So now it's like he would have said it. Because if you say, yeah, I'm leaving for some money, Floyd offered me some money, everybody gonna understand that. But he didn't say that, so no one knows why he's leaving. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, but at the end of the day, you think he cares to explain to explain himself?
I mean, to his mans, yeah. Tariq is his mans. Tavon, they all, you know what I'm saying? They play together, so
yeah,
that's my mans too. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he all of our guy, but at the end of the day,
not like he's my man.
Explanation.
Y'all not cool like we cool. You know what I mean? So you don't even know.
All right, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. But I think we should be straight. You know what I mean? I don't want to talk to.
Logan kind of surprised me today, didn't you? Get just his catch and finish ability. I thought he did a pretty good job.
A lot of people play differently when they're not playing for Hug. And just throw that one out there.
That's true. I can agree.
Yeah.
I agree with that. I think there's just like the pressure. I mean, you don't have anybody like screaming or constantly, getting on every mistake. So
Yeah,
it's different.
If you're in practice and you make one mistake with Hugs, you're on the treadmill. So we didn't have a treadmill at practice today, so he was out there just playing. You know what I mean? And everybody did a great job of just talking to him, telling him what they wanted him to do. And yeah,
I think that was the biggest thing too, is that, making him feel comfortable, like he's not an outsider, because he is a part of the family. So everybody making him feel comfortable and like, yo, we need you. So, because we do. That's another big body that we could throw out there.
Facts.
Yeah, I thought you guys did a great job, bringing him in today. And let me ask you guys a question. I thought Wani was quick last year, but today he looked like he had another gear. I mean, he was getting to the basket so quick today, and I think that helps get you guys open looks too.
Yeah, I mean, he's real quick, man. Like, I forgot how quick he was. So it just shows that, him getting hurt last year just really threw us all off.
So what's the official lineup? Are we adding anyone, or are we set right now? What's the final roster?
I think we're set. We're still waiting to see if Tavon could go. And then Tallman will probably take over as head coach, bring one coach, which will probably be Tallman. And then, we'll go from there. We'll see, though.
So if everyone hasn't looked at our social media, follow us at Final Forecast on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. But our current lineup is Mr. Jonathan Flowers, Dexter Miles Jr., Logan Rout, Nate Adrian, Da'Sean Butler, Jonathan Holton, Mr. Kevin Jones, Tavon Myers, Jayshawn Page, Tariq Phillip, Juwan Staten, with head coach George Staten. Stating the obvious. Assistant Coach Dave Tallman, who is on the show, with Jared West serving as head coach currently, and Greg Richardson serving as assistant GM.
Yeah, we might have to tweak some things, But Coach Tallman, how do you feel about all the guidelines and rules we have to follow just to play in this thing?
It's a pain in the ass, but it's I'll be honest with you, it's kind of worth it just to get back into the gym. I mean, I thought it was great today getting in there and being around some ball. It's been so long with this COVID. So I think once we get there and we get warming up for the first game, it'll be well worth it. But it's a lot to deal with right now for sure.
Yeah, we got to fill out a questionnaire every day until the tournament. We have to take 4 COVID tests.
And if we win the first round, 5, I believe.
And if we win the first round, we have to take another test for whatever reason.
So do we test after every game?
It sounds like it.
Good question.
Wow.
That doesn't really make sense to me, because how can you get it if everyone's quarantined?
I think it's to reduce the 3 to 14 day exposure of the first week that you're there, the first couple of days that you're there, because people may not show up until then.
And here's my question, John. Why do we have to take all of our luggage to our game in case we lose? Because we're literally going to be in an arena by ourselves. You know what I mean? Like, they're definitely being extra cautious with this. So,
which is good, but it's just annoying as shit.
Yeah, I think honestly, I think it kind of, I wouldn't say it's an advantage, but I think if any team could like do this, I feel like we have, playing for Hugs, you mentally tough and just be prepared for anything. So I feel like this is one of those situations where being like that will help, because you don't know what's going to happen, like that you got to, it's a different scenario, and it's just like it's more strict, and you got to be more disciplined. So I feel like we could do that. I feel like that works to our favor a little bit. I don't think more teams will be as disciplined as we would.
Yeah, we didn't really. Yeah, I'm not gonna say that. So how you feel about Tom? How do you feel about our first round matchup with John Elmore and the boys in Marshall?
You called it, didn't you? About 2 weeks ago, you said this was going to happen. So, I mean, it's typical, right? Like, you watch the NCAA tournament every year, and Hugs always gets matched up with Cal. And, here we are with Marshall, and then we got Devin Williams' team in the second round, and then Overseas Elite in the third round. So, I mean, it is what it is. Let's go take these guys on. And, I mean, I'm not scared of anybody. I know you guys aren't. So let's go. Let's go through this road and get it done.
Yeah, TBT definitely was trying to create a storyline with this one, which is smart on their part. I would do the same thing as a business owner to get the most views and fans possible. Just make rivalries.
Yeah, but is it really a rivalry?
I mean, everyone in West Virginia will be watching it. That's for sure.
They were going to be watching it regardless, though.
Without Marshall. That's what. Now. Oh my God.
What?
Nothing. We'll talk about it later. But as you remember, we were trying to have an exhibition game against Marshall, and you thought all of their demands were supposed to be met. But
for that game, why not?
Because you just said that people were going to show up regardless. That's what you just said.
Yeah, but what does that have to do with this situation?
I'm just saying.
I don't understand
You said people were going to watch regardless.
Yeah.
So why does Marshall's demands need to be made for an exhibition game if people are going to show up regardless?
But those are two different scenarios, John.
Right.
Let's talk about it. Yeah, it's not. Yeah. But anyway,
you're wrong.
But anyway, I feel like it's not. I mean, do you think it's extra motivation because we playing Marshall? I feel like I would have been hyped. No. Yeah, I would have felt like I would have been hyped either way, no matter who we were playing.
Yeah, it's not extra motivation for us, but
do you even think they care about it like that?
Yeah, they jumped their hype.
You think so?
Yes, absolutely. That's how that goes.
Are a lot of their guys actually Marshall guys? Because I know they don't have all Marshall players though.
Oh, yeah, Dave, you have their roster?
They're three guards are John Elmore, CJ Burke, and Stevie Browning. So they're gonna come down and pull it from everywhere. We got to be in their face, and then they brought in that Ja'Cory Williams from Middle Tennessee State. But I think other than that, they're mostly Marshall guys.
Okay. Yeah. I'm excited, man. Get out there and play, bro. I'm just ready to play in a meaningful game finally.
So we have Chris Coakley, UAB, Ryan Luther from Arizona and Pittsburgh, Zach Smith from Texas Tech, Ja'Cory Williams from Middle Tennessee, and I think that's it so basically they're half Marshall, half everybody else.
Shout out to everybody else.
But that gets back to my point though, is that, if some of those guys don't even know or care about that rivalry, I feel like
doesn't mean it.
That's not extra motive. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't mean anything for the whole team. Like we all West Virginia University guys. So
I mean, that's what I said. I'm excited to play against them. I think that'd be fun.
If you love to show your WVU school spirit with the latest fashion and styles, and with a wide selection of WV merch, check out the Book Exchange at bookexchangewv.com. Save 25% off your order with promo code BX4Final4.
Because didn't you guys at one point consider changing a player or bringing someone that wasn't in West Virginia? We had that question today on social media. What do you think about alumni teams that say they're alumni teams but have a lot of people from outside of that? What do you guys think?
Yeah, John, what was your reasoning again? I can't remember that shit. What was it? Why you said? I remember you saying you didn't want to initially. You didn't want to get anybody from out of the. You know what I'm saying? That was one of the things you were saying early.
Yeah, we have. I said that this year, which is why Logan Rout is on the team instead of a foreigner that a lot of other players on our team wanted to.
I just want to hear. I just would love to hear it over the microphone.
Okay, so
you made it.
So I think it's a great opportunity for Logan Rout first and foremost.
As a rookie coming in, be awesome.
He can get a little bit of exposure to go play overseas, kind of like Nate did last year. And then on the other side, we have like 20 to 25 players that are still playing overseas. But it's just a matter of if they want to play with us, you know what I mean? So it's really no need.
I thought Rout was fine. For what we need, I thought Logan was good. And
you're sure?
Yeah, I was one of the people that thought he would be fine.
Oh, okay. I think he changed KJ's mind
I'm glad
in practice.
I'm just joking. Anyway. This is a hungover Kevin still out there who
bust KJ's ass.
All right, John.
No, but I thought it'd be a good idea. I didn't want to get anybody really from out, but I was like, if we did, I mean, you might as well get somebody really, really good if you were going to. But I thought Logan was just fine.
I think he's fine. He and like we said earlier, like I think everybody did a good job of just talking to him and bringing him in and stuff. Coach Tallman said he surprised him too. So
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's just like he doesn't. It's not like Logan got the ball in the post and was just working for 4 years where people could like he hasn't. In a sense, I don't know if we've really seen him just like get the opportunity to freely go play.
We said that too. Like
as a pro compared to college, like night and day. Like, in general, I think in general in college it's night and day. Yeah. Like what you're allowed to do in college, you may not be allowed to do with certain pro teams. Certain guys that weren't allowed to do shit in college learn how to develop a little bit differently as a professional with a little bit more freedom depending on who their coach is. It's just different.
Here's a question. What do y'all think? Because I feel like there's no pressure on Logan. I feel like to come in. I feel like a lot of people didn't, even when you announced it, a lot of people were asking me like, what the move was about. But I feel like, do you think there's pressure on him to like try to go out there and perform, or there's no pressure because people are not initially expecting him to do much? What do you think?
You guys can go ahead.
You can ask Coach Tallman about that.
All right, Coach Tallman. What do you think?
I mean, I think Logan would be happy if he doesn't even play a minute in this whole thing. But I mean, and after today's first practice, he went an hour and a half and he went hard the whole time. He sprinted, the entire time. So he's going to be ready. And like I said, I mean, with the guards we got, I mean, he was getting layups and he was finishing them today. So his role is not going to have to be anything that's something he can't handle.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think he did just fine. I don't think he has anything to worry about because, I mean, I told him today, I was just like, when you're gonna be a pro soon, like you'd be surprised, like your role in the team isn't gonna be as massive, but you can still make a massive impact on the team just doing your job.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
What you guys said?
Sound like you really wanted him on the team with that answer.
What are you guys doing differently from this year to last year?
What are we doing? We got more guards. I think last year, if Jawan stays healthy, we have a good shot to win that second game. And when he got hurt, we had to move Da'Sean to the point guard, which is not his strength. I think that really hurt us. But having Tariq in today, I mean, I think
we had Truck at the one last year.
Yeah, but we had no backup. Truck had to play basically the whole game. So
Tavon's a point guard too.
I think Tariq, having him as a big off-season acquisition that our general manager made that's going to help us win.
Shout out to Greg. Shout out to Greg Richardson getting that done. But
what do y'all feel about how y'all feel about the rest of the field? Like, if we get past Marshall, then we would have to play, a rested the money team. I mean, it means nothing, but a rest could either help or hurt them. You just never know.
I mean,
that's a situation like this.
I don't even know if that hurts or not. I mean, I feel like us getting that first game out of the way is cool for everybody to see. Like, you play, you get the game out the way, everybody gets a feel for the game. Like, their first game is going to be like our first game. So if we win our game, we've already, I mean, in a sense, got a little bit more seniority in the scenario.
That's true.
Dave, like you and I were talking earlier too, like if we went on the 5th, we don't play till the 9th. So we're going to have plenty of time to prepare for the next game.
We got time. Yeah, so there's no rush. And they're still going to be in their first game, getting accustomed to, like, they could be practicing. They could not be practicing. We don't know. But let's say if they aren't, like, we could literally be like, what do you call it, like gel together. And the chemistry could be a little bit better as opposed to another team.
Yeah. I think like last year, I think those exhibition games helped us a lot just because we got used to playing with each other in a game setting, you know what I mean? So this is kind of like it's the real thing, but it's kind of like an exhibition game.
I mean, I kind of feel like, to your point, John, we remember the exhibition game, we went up a little bit, then we had like a terrible like third quarter or something like that. Like we had something like that happen for like one or two games maybe. I think you guys said you had the same thing happen in another game. And then we come out to play against the first team, and we had our little ups and downs during the game, but we had saw that during the exhibition games. So it wasn't like this big thing. We stuck it out, and then obviously Kevin won us the game at the end, but that's what Kevin Jones does.
No, I don't remember that part.
Oh, man, I wish we had more that part.
Shout out to Kevin Jones.
Does he get the claps of the air horn when I
does he get the clap?
Does he?
What?
Dave is on spicy time right now.
That's what I call it.
Spicy time. That's
what you call it.
Yeah.
just crazy.
Dave, before you
man.
go, is there anything you want to say? Because you have like 8 minutes before your TBT thing, so I want to make sure.
I love all of you guys.
Okay, so Dave might leave eventually, but what do you guys think
Thanks, Dave.
about like going against like Floyd Mayweather, who's actually playing this year? Like, is that
He's playing in a game?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I hope he plays.
Guarantee he doesn't get in.
I hope he plays.
He's not going to get in.
Dave just made that up. He's not playing.
I heard he was going to play. I'm dead serious. He didn't make it up.
It was on one of their graphics.
Oh my god!
He got like 15 people.
So how are they taking all 15?
I'm pretty sure if they won, he would just pay them all $1 million each. He just wants to go out there and play. He's making this his like rec league type shit in his mind. So I hope he does play.
True.
Oh, Dave, do you think Dev got money to play with them?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's an incentive in a sense. I mean, what would be the incentive? Unless Dev was like, yo, I don't want to play with y'all because y'all suck. And I got the ball every other time. I don't know what the incentive would be. You know what I'm saying? I don't know many people that just leave a team when they can just get the ball.
What's the money team? Not
big.
the
Let's
freebie
call
team.
him.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Pretty sure he got something. They probably
calling
living in
Dev right
Floyd's
now.
like other mansion next to his house training. And then we're using a nice gym as well, but I mean I'm pretty sure Floyd Mayweather's probably like got it set up to Floyd campus.
You think he's ever met Floyd Mayweather, or it's
I
just
would
like
assume he will if he's playing.
I feel like Floyd could start his own TBT tournament.
If Floyd gets in the game, we're taking him into the post.
Off rip. You think Floyd Mayweather's gonna be out there icing and blowing this shit? No, Floyd gonna get his ass caught in the screen, and we're gonna put him in the cup.
You're going to punch Dan in his rib.
And I'm gonna sue Floyd Mayweather. I'm a grown man. I'm gonna take that hit. I'm gonna lay down. Hopefully,
Why don't you just fight him, bro? What you talking about?
I'm not fighting Tyson. Granted, I might fold. I think I could get him. He's 150 pounds. I might get him. Just lay it on Floyd Mayweather. I'm not going hand in hand with Floyd Mayweather.
I don't fuck with you,
Coach Tallman.
Yeah,
what
that's my
incentives do you
phone
have for
call.
us to play
Call
this year,
back.
and what package of money are you giving us?
But that cooler of ice water
Why are you
was
talking
great
about
tonight that
packages?
Greg brought in.
Greg.
Water and Gatorade.
Shout out to Greg.
Yeah, good job,
We're gonna
Greg.
get
killed
Greg
it
on the
today.
show so people can meet the man behind the team.
Are we getting a team T-shirt this year?
A team T-shirt.
Yeah, you know we had the best Virginia last
I
year.
guess we
It was
lost that
nice.
sponsor. No, I didn't get him.
Hey,
Damn.
Oh, he did the black version of the blue shirt.
Greg made that last year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
hey, Coach Tallman, what do you think if we all come out in a Black Lives Matter T-shirt?
Let's do it. I'll wear one. Let's go.
Way to be in the right
Let's
side of
go.
history.
You heard it.
Are you
Man,
are you sure you want to do
Definitely
that?
not want to be responsible for you to get fired at Morgan.
whatever
Yeah.
whatever the general manager tells me to do, I'll do.
There we
Get
go.
ready.
Yeah.
Get ready for the backlash.
No illegal
Be-
substances I did.
We got the black uniforms though.
I just wondered if the TBT was going to do something.
They asked me about some stuff that they're thinking about doing, but we'll see. I think we had the black uniforms too, so we always keep it G over here.
What do you guys think about being a 10 seed?
It doesn't.
You don't think seeding matters?
Not really.
I don't know. I don't think the seating matters. At the end of the day, we got to play. I just don't like the hey, I'm telling you guys are going to be pretty up there. Oh, here. Like, you get a 10 seed. I thought we were going to get the way they were explaining it. It was like, oh, you get seed is going to be perfect the way, yada, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, it's like, here you go.
Yeah,
but the
on
seating
that Zoom-
doesn't.
On the Zoom call we had, remember he kept saying, like, well, if you guys are a 7th seed, then you don't have to be here till
Then
this date.
for him to say that, to turn around for us to be a 10 seed is like, let me tell you what you're not going to get. Like, wow.
But I know the seating doesn't matter because they're clearly
obviously.
going for storylines. Like we're playing Marshall. Like that's not coincidental. You know what I mean? Like, and then we're playing Dev's team. It's not a coincidence. Like, yeah, it doesn't really.
Mike Casaza from Ear Sports tweeted, Best Virginia was a number 5 seed in some recent power rankings TBT published. 2 of the other top 10 teams won't participate, and Best Virginia dropped 5 spots.
Someone tweeted that?
And I retweeted it from Final
I need to
Forecast.
see.
It's like amazing. It doesn't make
So y'all think the fact that there's not as many teams playing like affected the seeding, or you think it was going to be like that
I
regardless?
feel like they was going to do that shit regardless, and I just wonder why we even had the conversation. Like, it was a message to tell us about what's going to happen at the hotel in the gym, and then.
I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised. Remember last year they put us on ESPN3 instead of ESPN. Like, there's never any respect. We'll get our own respect.
And then they clearly didn't learn from the West Virginia fans.
So,
They some of the best fans
you had a good
in the
idea,
tournament.
Hey, you had a good idea. You guys brought out a lot of fans, right? Yeah. So instead of having it in a place where most of our fans would be at, let's go 3 hours away from there.
No, it was supposed to be in.
I still wish it was in
Charleston.
Morgantown. I don't see why it would be in like.
That's more of our on our side.
Yeah,
well, that's a different conversation.
Yeah,
we got to get
air conditioning.
We got to get AC. We got to get our athletic director to get us an air condition so we could play in the Coliseum in the summertime. Because we're probably one of the only schools in the Power 5 conference without an AC in the gym that they.
That's what I was gonna say. Don't that come standard with?
Nah.
Like I thought that was standard.
Shout out to Shane Lyon. He took the black jerseys away
too. Give him a call. Let him know what you think about him.
Tommy, you want to say anything about Shane while we're on the Shane rant?
I was going to say.
He's a great man.
You're talking about Shane.
He's done a good job.
Yeah, yes. Minus the jerseys. He's been pretty solid.
I like the Neil Brown hire.
Coach Tallman.
Yes, sir.
Tell us about yourself, what you do aside from this, and how you got involved with the team and why they're a great bunch of guys. Who are you? What do you do as a day job? And how'd you get involved with John as a young kid? Because I heard Tony Caridi slam John today on the interview.
He took cheap shots.
What did he say?
Took cheap shots on you.
What did he say?
I don't know what he said, Dave. I don't remember.
He just let him sit there and just say it, huh? That's what's up.
He's like, do you think John's too tired? I think, know. Right?
And Dave just sat there and let him.
Hey, shout out to Coach Tallman. I'm keeping a low profile. I'm staying positive and
low profile on ESPN.
Do all the behind the scenes scouting and make sure we're prepared. That's my role. But no, I coach at Morgantown High. I was in the DC Catholic League for 10 years. I was an assistant coach.
10 years?
10 years, man, in Maryland. Third of my year, well, actually the fourth almost now of my years was spent in the great state of Maryland. Shout out to Maryland. And
Heart of Lion, as they call it.
Yeah. And was blessed to coach in the Washington Catholic Athletic Conference. There's a lot of great players that came out of there, and then got the opportunity to come home and coach at Morgantown High. And in our second year, we went undefeated, won a school's first state championship, and everything's been good. I love it here and enjoy it. And no complaints on this end.
So let's talk about when you coached in the WCAC before I arrived at the school. So for those who don't know, Coach Tallman.
That was 1 year.
Coach Tallman coached at St. Mary's Riken. They won 3 games in how many years?
John, I was there 1 year.
How many years ago?
Huh? That was before my time, man. I came in, we recruited you, we got you, Greg Brown. Greg was there. He was like the only player, remember? And then we did all right. When you came, you helped turn things around for sure, and then kind of took off from there. You and Coach Sancombe. Shout out to Coach Sancombe, our guy. But it was a good experience and the greatest gymnasium in the United States for high school basketball.
It was pretty bad. And they got me to come to the school off a promise of getting this big super gym built, which just was finished last year.
Yeah. And we were promised we'd have it in 2 years. And I was there 10 and I've been gone 6 and it just now popped up. So
wow.
But we won. We found ways to win against some of the big guys, the big programs.
So, Coach Tom, do you have like aspirations of coaching like college or are you good with your high school right now?
I get that question a lot. The WCAC was a grind because we were like an hour south of DC and we had to drive up and recruit all the time, try to get players. So I don't really miss that part of it. I like just kind of working with the players and getting them better. And I got a 7-year-old and a 4-year-old, and my wife's got a good job. So I kind of like it where we're at, but, money talks, KJ. So if somebody wants to give me a nice check, I'm always open to that. But honestly, I like what I'm doing.
Got you.
It's a pretty sly way to get the money team to come knocking.
There you go.
Tom is going. So if the money team asked you to coach next year, would you go, Coach Tom?
No, I'm loyal, man. You know me. I'm loyal. So
if the money team says, "Hey, we'll give you $100,000 to coach this tournament, win or lose," are you going?
He's not you, John.
Well,
he wouldn't do that.
Let him answer the question.
My first phone call would be to our general manager and see what kind of deal we could work out. Keep me around.
You're not getting 100,000, so
hey, I'll take 1,000.
1,000. So if he offers you 100,000, I say, "Hey, we'll give you 1,000," and you would stay.
If Floyd Mayweather called you and offered you 100,000, you going?
I'm going.
All right, I'll go with you.
And I'm saying I got 100,000 from Floyd Mayweather to play on this team.
Wow. Not a second thought. Not a second thought about it, huh?
Everyone can understand that.
Hey, I'm loyal. I'm all West Virginia. It's not about the money. I'm a school teacher, so I got plenty of it.
I hope Floyd hears this. I hope Floyd hears this so he can put you in that situation next year. That would be hilarious.
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
What do you think? Like, I get, coaching this is definitely different than like coaching high school ball, and Jared and I are high school coaches, but we've been around a little bit. Like, offensively, I thought defensively we had a pretty good scheme last year, with what we had, but offensively, what do you guys think? Like, do you think we need to have certain quick hitters in certain situations out of timeouts, or you think we're just going to, would you rather just go up and down and play and let our guards create, or what's kind of your thoughts on that?
Okay, KJ.
I feel like personally, I think we have the athletes. I feel like last year we had some athletes, but not the caliber this year. So I feel like we should get up and down, but we should have some sets to go to just in case we get in a drought, and have some go-to plays for guys, get them in their comfort zones where they can score the ball. Cause we have a lot of guys who, once they get to their spot, can score really well. So I feel like it should be a mix of the two.
Yeah, I agree with you. And I think the way I kind of see it, because once we get there, we're going to have 5 days of practice. So I think we need to have 4 or 5 plays that we already know going into those situations that we can kind of call instead of, you remember last year in the Overseas Elite game, it kind of got hectic and different people were grabbing the whiteboard and it was too much. So I think that's part of our preparation, something we learned last year. I think we need to have certain sets that we can just kind of come to the timeout and say, hey, let's run this and get an easy bucket. So what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, you're the coach, so I'm just follow the coach. Who grabbed the clipboard, Coach Tallman?
I forget.
You forget. Okay. I'm all about calling people out.
John likes confrontation. I'm not about that.
I want to know who grabbed the clipboard. I'm just trying to take it over your job.
John is a troll.
I wasn't there.
Don't fall for it.
Yeah,
John's a troll.
I didn't have the clipboard in my hand. But I don't know. I think we just need to have some stuff we can go to that's simple in those situations out of a timeout when we really need a bucket, or even with the Elam ending, going into that, a couple plays we could run and just score right away and get the advantage.
Yeah. We were for those who don't know, we were going to switch it up this year and make Tallman the head coach and Jared the assistant coach. And Coach Tom is just so humble, he said, you know what, just let Jared keep doing it. I just want to be behind the scenes and, be the assistant. So
that's why he was on State Line Sports Line with Tony Grady tonight. That classic behind the scenes move of being on statewide radio.
I think he did that just so he wouldn't have to take the blame for losing. It's too much pressure for him.
No, not really. Be honest with you, Jared played at WVU. I'm kind of the outsider to the group, and this is all about you guys. I'm just happy to be a part of it, to be honest. And any way I can help you guys win, that's what I want to do. And I don't need the limelight or any of that stuff. So I just I'm a grinder. I like working behind the scenes and getting us prepared as much as I can, anything you guys need. So that's kind of where my mindset was with that.
That's what's up.
Very humble guy.
All right, guys. So if you want to support the TBT team, Best Virginia, we didn't get to do our statewide tour this year. Last year, we raised money for our TBT appearance by playing 2 games and our alumni game. And we also did a couple of live shows of the podcast. We had a major tour planned this year of 4 cities across West Virginia with live shows everywhere, meet and greets. Kevin was going to do some kids' summer camps, but, due to COVID-19, we can't reasonably do those safely. So if you do want to support us, consider donating to our GoFundMe account. It's gofundme.com/bestvirginia2020. That's gofundme.com/bestvirginia2020. You can find that on our social media accounts, or you can buy some Best Virginia t-shirts at jflowent.com. And also, if you're free this weekend, check out Wellington Smith's Final Four team reunion that we're doing for the Team Danny Cancer Charity Research Fund, which is in the memory of Joe Mazzulla's father, Danny. That will star Huggins and Hahn and all your favorite players and coaches and staff from that year. And we're going to have a great night reminiscing. So again, GoFundMe if you want to, if you can, no pressure, but it all helps.
Well said, Dave.
Thank you.
This has been another episode of the Final Forecast with me, Jay Flow.
Other host, Kevin Jones.
My other host, KJ. And our special guest today was Coach Dave Tallman.
See you guys. Thanks for having me.
You need to do some media training, yo. You want to coach at the collegiate level, you got to know how to talk to the media, man.
But you know what? I just let you, like I said, I'm behind the scenes, John. You get to do the talking, I do the listening.
He'll be on ESPN tomorrow with this attitude.
If you become the head coach of WVU, then first of all, you better hire me as assistant. And second of all, you're gonna have to talk and be in the limelight.
I got you. I'm
but
good.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Help spread the word about our podcast. Leave us a review and tell a friend.